Hey everybody, before we get into today's episode of the W Time Podcast, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Now, let's get into the episode. Thanks, Craig.
Hello?
I apologize that you lost your voice.
No, where'd Craig's voice go?
Craig's voice got lost because I mentioned this before, like a few episodes back. The website that I use to read Craig's lines for him and make his voice out and all that stuff went to a paid subscription that I refused to pay $16 for.
Well, that's booty.
Yeah, so Craig went ahead and lost his voice for a minute.
We'll get it back, Craig. Don't worry.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But it's episode 20. This is episode 25. We are a quarter of the way to 100. Sure. Anyway.
Victory screech.
Victory screech.
Oh God.
Anthony, John, and Joe, Steven. Anthony, John, Joe, Steven, Craig.
Hello. Oh my God. Speaking of SpongeBob, I had a realization today, because I do voices, but sometimes I forget what voices I do. And while I can't do it like a great Squidward, I'm SpongeBob. I can't do it great. Yeah. I can do Squidward's laugh fucking spot on.
Oh yeah, that.
I don't think you'll ever beat John when it comes to voices.
Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
That's one of my favorites. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Bro, I adore that voice cast. That is some of the That was impressive.
John has the most perfect yet aggressive voice match for Tom Kenny when he does SpongeBob. It's so great. It's SpongeBob, but SpongeBob has dropped all the acid.
Yeah.
He's done some bath salts and he's down in Florida on a bridge waiting for somebody.
Peter Fagerbaker and Clancy Brown just by themselves command that cast.
Is Faderbaker, is that the one who does Patrick?
Yes, who's also oh my God.
That sounds a lot like Joe Dirt Nunemaker.
No.
I had a hard time understanding what Joe said. My brain had to process that 3 times.
How I Met Your Mother. He's Marshall's dad.
Oh.
What did he say? What do you do? Who's up?
Peter Faderbaker is Marshall's dad from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Marshall's dad is fucking Patrick.
I did not know that. No idea. That's really funny. Voices.
Is it just me, or because Joe, I've been fighting this whole thing with fucking Helldivers too. I've still yet to be able to get matched up and play.
It's such Starlink
issue. Bullshit.
I think it's a Starlink issue. Is it just me, or is the guy that's sitting at the table where you get your mission and stuff? Does he sound like the dude from Destiny to you?
Which one?
I don't know.
Destiny's got a lot of voice actors.
The Titan,
including NathanFIllian.
The Titan guy from Destiny.
Oh, wasn't that? Oh shit, that's that. Oh, the guy he did State Farm.
I think of what his
for a
name
while.
is, but every time he speaks, I'm like, shut up, Destiny.
The one who died, right?
No, I thought that was NathanFIllian was the one who died.
NathanFIllian is very much alive. He is currently filming The Rookie.
I was like, you better.
Oh no, I mean died. His character died.
Oh yeah, his character died. Absolutely. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just hit me, and I was like, "You sound like the Titan guy from Destiny." Weird.
It happens a lot with there's a guy who I can never remember names when I want to, but there's a guy who played the
Lance Riddick.
Lance Riddick, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. I love Lance Riddick. You know, Chiron from fucking John Wick, Lieutenant McNulty on The Wire, and goddamn the one that like nobody talks about is oh my god, what was he in? Not a cartoon. What the fuck was that movie or TV show? Oh god damn it. There's another show. Oh, Fringe. Fringe.
Oh, Fringe was
Like
good.
he's so fucking good. And he had the darkest sense of humor. But he just
Yeah.
like died out of nowhere. And he was like an active participant in the game too.
The Illuminati got him. That's what happened. That's what happens anytime someone in Hollywood dies, just the Illuminati got him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were probably doing
Jay-Z flew in, took him away.
He filmed a video that lives rent free in my head constantly. You ever seen Toys R Me on YouTube?
No.
No, it sounds haunting.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's fucking hysterical.
Excuse me.
Basically imagine like if a character from The Wire ran and owned a toy store but took it way too fucking seriously.
Hello?
He's like, if you take more than 5 minutes in the bathroom, I promise you, I will shit in places in your home that will confuse and scare you.
Yes. I'm both confused and scare you. Oh my god. Yeah, he was the tall, kind of skinny dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, get this. I'm doom scrolling TikTok last night, laying in bed trying to go to sleep.
Huh.
I came across something that hit me in the feels and brought me back to my childhood like immediately. And I was like, bruh, this dude needs to make a comeback. I ran across Steve Burns. You know who Steve Burns is?
Why do I know that
Rings a
name?
bell.
Steve from Blues Clues.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, he pops
His
up every once in a
content
while.
lately. Oh my god, his content.
Heart wrenching, dog. Like
He feels
I don't
for
know.
us.
I don't know what this man like, cause he went in the military. I don't know what this man's seen or what happened, but dude's just like, there's something there.
He went full Mr. Rogers.
Oh yeah.
John,
I
have you
know,
seen
I
the
know, I know he
Steve
wasn't in
videos?
the Navy SEALs on like the fucking
Hold on,
rumor
I don't
about
know
him.
because I don't know who's all seen these because these were very specifically targeted videos. They were specifically targeted to people like my age and up, Steve's age and up. So I don't know if this
But
came across his feed.
somebody
Hold on,
somebody
it's
made a
sad.
comment. Oh, dude, it's terrible, bro. Like, but
It's like,
somebody
how's
made a
everybody
comment.
doing?
Somebody made a comment on there, was like, dude, you need to come back and do like Steve in a pit bull or something like that, like for adults. He's like, cause dog, we need some clues right now. And I mean, I wish you could see it, but like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Cause I was like, dude, like this fool pops up on my TikTok at the right times. At the right time, and I'm just like, dude, you need to dial it down just a hair, big dog. I was not
You're making me
prepared for this
sad, Steve.
laying
I
in
don't need to
bed.
be sad. No, dude, yeah, I remember when because that came up like a while ago. When he does this like little, it's just like, hey, I'm just
checking
I'm still
in,
here,
and I'm like,
just checking in. And it's like, oh, fuck you, Steve.
yo, I'm like, dog. One, where you been, bro? But two, it's like, dude, we need
I didn't
us
need
some
this.
fucking, yeah.
I didn't need this at 6 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday.
We need us some Steve in a blue pit, like, bro.
I don't need clues right now, Steve. I need an income. Leave me the fuck alone.
I need an income and some solutions. I don't need clues, dog. We've got to the age in time that we need solutions.
I don't need fucking clues. I need the goddamn the solution. I need to solve the problem.
Oh
I
my
need you
god.
to fast forward to the end.
I have been laughing for the last like 2 minutes. Oh my god. So I just looked up and finally saw Steve's face. So hey Papa, is your forehead leaving room for the Holy Ghost?
Steve's not going that bald. Oh, he got up and left. Steve, come back. John, we can't hear you laughing. See, we wouldn't be losing audio like that if we were using Audacity. With your raw asses. It's free to play. Fragpunk's free to play. That's cool. Steve,
Oh
come
my
back. Because you
God.
actually, Steve legitimately has a story to fucking tell.
Oh my god, I love you, bro. That was fucking.
That was Jesus. Why are we having Steve? He comes back with a fucking hat on. It doesn't help, man. It doesn't help because now I just see his just skinny forehead. There you go. Wear it
I'm
the way
on
it's
your
supposed to be
lap.
worn.
By the way, I'm on your laptop.
And look, we just see Joe's skin.
I'm on your
Eventually,
laptop.
yeah, I know. Eventually, we'll all have our video feeds, and this will just be video recorded, and we'll have this as a Patreon thing where we can see the video of us.
So you want I was telling you earlier, and you told me to put a pin in it for the episode.
For preference,
So,
for everyone's preference, if you haven't heard before, Steve lives on like farmland pretty much.
yeah,
I
so
saw
my
the
grandparents,
cows. Oh.
my grandparents have lived out here forever. I actually live in the house that my grandfather's parents, whatever. This house is 104 years old, 104, 105 years old, if it tells you anything. Dog starts barking, bro. She's in her crate. It's been raining outside all morning. We're dealing with a hell of a storm right now rolling through. I may actually lose power with this storm because it's like golf ball size hail mixed in this storm.
Fun.
Oh yeah, fucking great. I'll sleep like a baby because we have a metal roof, so I'm gonna sleep like a dream, dog. But the dog starts barking. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm coming to get you. Go to take her out. I open the door. I was like, nope, you're not going out yet. Because I opened the door and standing about 20 feet away from me is a 400-pound cow. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be in my yard, bud.
It's not just a cow. It's a long-haired, jet black fucking massive cow.
Yeah, it was, couldn't tell. I think it's a male. But he's big and good size. He's not one of the biggest ones out there right now. There's some big ones out there. But
So is it a bull or a cow?
with that being said, we're driving down the driveway. Me, Leo, and Bella riding down the driveway. Leo speaks out of the back seat. Goes, "Mr. Steven?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Do you think the cows are still down there by the house?" I said, "Yeah, it's not like they can go anywhere, bud. They're gonna be down there for quite a while." He's like, "Yep, you're right. That's because they can't move on." I'm like, I love you, but just play your Switch. Just play your Switch. Oh, that ain't the dude. That ain't even one of the. He had that one, and so they were right. They were coming down once again. Come down driveway. He was with Christina. They're riding down driveway. He looks at Aiden, goes, "Hey, look," and goes, "What?" He goes, "They're moving stakes." I said, "Bruh." I said, "You ain't wrong." I told her, I was like, "You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. They're moving stakes." And he proceeded to tell us that again at the dinner table. And I'm like, "Bud, you're not wrong. There's also some deer up there too that are going to be browning down next season. How you doing?"
That was the most backwoods hillbilly you've ever sounded in your entire goddamn life, or at least time that you've been on this recording. Everyone's gonna know exactly where you've been and come from.
I've been born and raised in the country. It ain't gonna change. Ain't gonna change.
Jesus, I just can't believe that you woke up. You went to go let the dog out, and there's a fucking cow in your backyard.
Front yard.
Or your front yard. I'm sorry. Your goddamn front yard. No, the best part is you got pictures of this fucking thing staring at you.
Yeah, I did. I don't think John. I don't think. Well, have you seen it? Did you see the picture, Anthony?
Here, hold
I
on.
caught a glimpse of him.
Yeah, he's just chilling in the yard. Oh, you hadn't seen the new picture that I posted. So this,
No, I was hoping you would post the cow pictures in the side chat of this so I could put them
I
into
am
the
right now.
fucking. There
I
you
am
go.
right now. So that was the initial 2 from earlier, right? I posted these 2 to somebody else. This fool is just chilling. Just straight up chilling.
Oh, it's your Starlink taking forever to post them into the goddamn chat. Yeah, that's the one. That fucking cow. That one.
Homie,
Just like, come on.
homie is
Come
just straight.
let your dog out. Come let your dog out. I'll fucking eat that one too. That's what that cow's saying. Fuck your moving steak. I'll end
He's
your
like, yeah, I
life.
got your moving steak for you, bruh.
Bro,
But yeah, no, he just laid over there by the gate, just waiting on the guy to come and put him back in there. He's done ran. He had by that time. He had done ran around the entire gate, like the entire fence, trying to get
He
in.
done. He
He
done.
done
ran.
ran. He done ran.
no, you know what's
He done did
Go,
run.
Joe. This episode of the Dummy Time podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
you bring up a very crazy point. Did you realize that almost all animals on Earth are opportunistic carnivores?
Oh yeah.
Does that mean any animal on Earth will just eat you if given an opportunity, if there's nothing else
Did
to
you
eat?
no wait?
Yup.
Speaking of that, did you know, Anthony, that
Not necessarily true. We actually
these
taste really bad to the rest of the animal kingdom.
Still eat us.
the
I've heard that we
If
taste
absolutely
really bad.
necessary.
Protein be protein.
people
Protein be
that have
protein.
like numerous like crazy cat lady type people, if they just croak in their house and nobody's
Oh.
to know what happened, those cats get hungry enough.
2 days.
They'll just eat the. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I will raise you. Did you know that deer eat meat? Apparently, they've been putting up they've had it on trail cams that deer will clean up like coyote kills.
Yeah.
That's horrifying. I did not know that, and that's now
Yeah.
I feel even more that the eradication of the white-tailed deer in upstate New York is a requirement.
Fucking facts.
Dude, I was going down the road coming back from the store, and I had to turn around because I wasn't 100% sure what I saw, but I thought I saw what I saw. And I saw what I
Thought I
saw
saw what I
'cause I
saw.
turned around and parked on the side of the road. Dude, there's somebody's beagle puppy sitting there eating a dead deer in the middle of a field. And I'm like, bruh, go
Bro,
home.
You know how
Get
smart
dog
these
food.
goddamn animals are getting?
Something.
And Diggle knows this. Coyotes have figured out how to use public transportation.
Coyotes can suck a dick. I hate coyotes.
Oh, dude, the coyotes in the South are open game. There is no season for them.
Oh
Yeah,
no, there anywhere there isn't season for them. But coyotes
Mhm.
have gotten so fucking smart. We've moved so far into their territory. These assholes will hop on a train and head into Midtown.
Dude, do you not realize? I want you to go. I'm gonna send you a ping or I'm gonna DM you my address. I want you to go on Google Map and just get a small understanding of exactly where I live. You want to talk about moving into their territory? Anthony
Steve,
and John will tell you,
Steve, you live in the fucking Haint territory.
bruh. I live so far out there.
And yeah, I'll say their name. I don't live in no mountains.
No, dude. I told
Anyway,
John the
you
first
say that
time.
shit and one pops up in my house and I'm mailing you a can of food.
They,
I will
dude,
mail
when
you a can of food, dog.
Yeah,
When,
fucking. I'll start I'll hold on, hold the speaker up. I'll start whistling your woods.
Yeah,
dude,
I'll
the
come
first time
whistling
the
your
first
woods.
time me
You
and
ain't gonna
John
like what
drove up
comes
to
through the
Steve's,
door.
the first time me and John drove up to Steve's, I remember distinctly looking at John because I was driving John's car. I look at him and I go, I swear to God, if I hear banjos, I'm turning us the fuck around. I'm on some back ass country road, dirt road for like a half 2 miles. It's like, I
oh my,
don't,
Yeah, and
Bro.
when you pulled down my driveway, what was your thought?
I ain't superstitious, but I'm a little stitious, and this ain't feeling right. This is how every horror movie starts,
That's
and I'm way too white to be out here.
I live,
Do
Joe.
y'all
I
do
live at
y'all
the
do
end of a
y'all
half-mile dead-end dirt road.
do y'all remember The Hills Have Eyes?
Yes.
Like just before the shit started getting sketchy, just
Yep.
wrong turn.
yeah.
That's exactly where I live.
So speaking, okay, so that's supposed to be in like West Virginia or some shit, I think, right? So no shit. One time I was driving back from
Deliverance was
North
filmed in
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I love Deliverance. Anyway, so I was driving from where I used to live in North Carolina, called Holly Ridge, back up to New York one day, and I don't know why there's some construction on the highway or some shit, but my GPS took me on some back ass whack fucking road in West Virginia, right? Just on the nipple tip of West Virginia, like that little tiny little bit red, the little end of it right there. Yeah, the nipple tip of West Virginia took me through there on some whack back ass country road to where I had to cross a single lane bridge.
Ooh.
Yeah, John, when you mentioned that yeah, I heard that for the whole 10 miles I was on this back ass fucking road over this goddamn single lane wooden ass bridge.
Still ain't gonna beat us getting chased by that damn tractor trailer in the house for 15 fucking miles coming back from Illinois.
No, because I didn't have to worry about that house tearing me out of my car and putting something in my booty hole.
You'd be
No,
lucky
but
if
you
you
had to
didn't.
worry about that driver
wasn't
doing
a
it.
tractor trailer. That was the Jeeper Creeper.
Oh, Jeeper Creeper. That shit's
That's what the damn
Pennsylvania.
truck looks. I would do, Anthony. I wish we got a picture of the truck because that's what the truck looked like. It was like this dark ass color, and the windows were tinted. Couldn't see in it, and I'm like,
You know what?
I feel like I should be afraid.
I'm gonna preface it at like the hypotheticals. I know we love these. Which horror movie, killer or monster, would you least like to run into? And it can't be like a big ass monster. Like I mean like human sized monsters.
Can it be just a person?
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
Alright.
Because you can't fucking stop him. It's been shown over and over again.
Wood
He
chipper.
just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen every fucking time. He just doesn't quit.
Wood chipper. That's all I have to say.
I mean, yeah, wood chipper, and he comes back for some reason.
Molten liquid.
Mine, the thing from Jeepers Creepers, bro. I'm sorry.
When he ate that one kid, when he ate that one kid's head, then spit the head back on the top of his. I remember watching that going, no, I'm done.
Yep.
Oh,
that lives in my nightmares now.
In 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That lived in my nightmares for years.
Yeah, man.
Peepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Yeah, fuck that shit. Oh,
I love the first movie because of that ending. That ending shocked me so hard because I'd realized that he made his body out of the skins of the other people at that point. Like, I was like, oh, like he straight up makes his whole body. It's not just a regenerative factor. Like, that's what he does. And then him
was it?
fucking.
I think it was 2. I want to say it was 2 whenever the 2 teenagers went down into the tunnel where the thing lived, and it's just skulls everywhere. And I'm like, yep, nope. That's some white people shit. Ain't doing it.
As
Ain't
Joe would say,
doing it.
just Joe would so put it, I'm not down with your white people shit.
Yeah.
Ain't down with your white people shit. Nope. Nope.
I raise you the Devil's Rejects.
Solid movie.
Like, no, that fucking family will not only kill you, but they will make sure you are sodomized first.
See, that's why I carry a 38 every time I travel. I don't leave the state without that thing strapped to me.
Shut up, Anthony. The look on John's face is priceless right now. He's like, 38? That's cute.
That's all I
He's
need.
like, I'll raise you.
See, that's not as compact though. I can't just put that in my pocket or on my hip and just walk in somewhere.
Guess what, shithead? The Second Amendment is not exactly just for handguns and compact shit.
We are a pro Second Amendment group. I'll give us that.
You can John could legally carry that. Could he do it? Yes. Is it frowned
Could he?
upon? That's
Why is he licking it?
nasty.
Why? That was seductive.
I hope that's clean.
It
Anyway,
is.
They're all clean.
yeah, no.
You
Can
kidding
you
me?
carry it? Absolutely.
That's my trains. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? That is my trains. You cannot fuck with me on that.
I sometimes hear John in the closet and I think he's masturbating when really he's just cleaning his Glocks.
And masturbating. Shut up. You know he's doing both.
That's what we call a spit shine.
Joke's on you. He's cleaning his Glocks with his hands and doing the other with his feet.
Bruh, no. I will show you exactly how John
mega masturbator in one hand and then just spits right in the breech of a Glock 19 in the other.
No, I need something. Hold on.
Joe's coming with a visual aid.
Oh, no. Here. Okay. So we're just going to use this as an example. So like say this is his Glock. This is how John spit shines his Glock. He like, gives it a nice, but then he's like
Jesus. That was so aggressive.
he gives it the grapefruit treatment.
Sir.
Joe had the I've never done this before.
Joe fucking getting us all with that. This is my first time.
Like, oh god, it's so big.
I've never done this before. Proceeds to put hair up in a bun. You lying.
Hey everybody, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show.
Okay, so I know it doesn't apply to anybody in this group. However,
Christ.
it is a helpful medical tip as well. Because did anybody here have trouble like getting like a strep test? Like it just really uncomfortable.
No.
Oh, okay. So
I've
like
had strep tests so many times. No.
I have a fucked up gag reflex. Like it actually like as a kid, like it was an issue. I know, face, I know, but whatever. But it was actually a sex ed teacher that taught me something. And he was just like, there is a medical thing that if you actually take your thumb, fold it on your hand like this.
Say he said so?
Yes, he was a sex ed and
Okay.
yes, an interpersonal relationships teacher. If you take your thumb, fold it into your hand like this, and then press very hard right here on the joint of your thumb, it will knock out your gag reflex.
Oh, John.
No, there was no touchy.
I was just gonna ask if you ended up having to report this guy to your counselor.
No. He was like legit, just like an actual practical sex ed teacher. Like He
That
was
is
like
a
very
cool. I didn't
informative.
know if you
Like
pressed on that.
we talked about BDSM, we talk about STDs, we talked about everything, but not like the scare tactic STDs. Like actually talked about it.
Hey, Joe.
What?
I want you to show me on this Ravenclaw stuffy where the poor man touched you.
This Ravenclaw stuffy. Jesus. No, I can believe that. New York is one of those like New York. Like my sex ed teachers, they weren't quite that open about shit, but they were very much like they wouldn't shy away from like answering a
Well,
question if you asked the
it
question.
it also wasn't regular sex ed either.
I don't
What's
know.
up?
It was like a higher tier. This was high school. So this
Oh
was
yeah,
it
I mean
was what
ours.
was called like sex and interpersonal relationships.
Oh yeah, we
Dude.
got one. It was in 6th grade. It was called sex education for middle schoolers, and it was basically, yeah, don't do it. Why? Not for any religious reasons, because it'll fuck your life up. Here's how.
So hold on, Anthony. My ex-wife sent me a message one day, said, "Hey, need you to go into power school, and we need to fill out this form for our daughter." I said, "Okay, what is it?" It's the consent to be in the sex education class. My child is in the 5th fucking grade.
Yeah, they have to learn early.
Yeah. Bro, they were
So
doing blowjob trains in 7th.
not only
They need to
are
learn early.
not only are they going to teach my child their version of sex education in 5th fucking grade, now I've got to have her come home try and explain it to me and me teach her the correct version of the shit because they're going to teach them what they want them to know.
Yeah,
Not
you
what
just
they
teach
need
'em.
to know.
I always held on to like, oh, just teach them.
You don't even give me that look, Joe, because I do
North
not
Carolina,
trust the
North
public
Carolina has a
education
weird
system.
approach. No, I'll give Steve this credit. North Carolina has a very weird and like.
Oh, okay.
odd
I was just
approach
very
to-
confused. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is the correct
I'm telling
one?
you, it's very different. Like the way they teach like sex ed in New York versus the way they teach it here in North Carolina is extraordinarily different.
Oh, it also depends on where you went in New York. It was different school to school.
Yeah, but they were like open about like they teach a version of it in the specific area that Steve lives in North Carolina that is very much not the full scope of the matter.
Nope, sure don't. Because here's the funny thing: there's parts of this ain't even just North Carolina. This has become like probably starting to become nationwide at this point. More than likely, there's a lot of kids now.
Nowadays.
There's a lot of kids now that are going through school that don't even believe the Holocaust was real or happened.
Wild.
Oh, that's happened for years.
Like,
but it's getting no. He's right. It is getting worse. It's getting way worse.
Is it?
To the point
dude.
that I've wanted to yank my kids the fuck out of school and just homeschool these kids, but I don't have the mental capacity to deal with it, and I don't have the patience to do it.
Fuck that, I gotta work.
And I gotta work.
Like I would homeschool my kid,
Look,
but I know,
like for like the sake of like friendship and everything like that, we try to avoid politics and stuff like that. But like, it's not just school. Like, you have politicians out here like trying to gaslight us and say like, "Oh, Ukraine invaded Russia," and we're like, "Bro, we were all alive and there when this happened. Like, we saw everything go down."
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like, there's always been a thing where, in specifically the political sphere, where they'll just try to teach you their version of history, and eventually they pound you with it so hard that either that's what it becomes, or as they used to tell us in my history class, history is written by the winners.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Like the Mandela effect, the whole Mandela effect thing. It's just like that. They'll tell you, "Oh, this is how this had happened." Like, no, motherfucker, I was
I
there.
fully believe that the Mandela effect is just the repercussions of the government testing on their populace on how much they can get away with erasing before we notice.
Yeah,
Because
so
I
do you
fully believe
remember?
the Shazam movie existed. I fully wholeheartedly remember seeing
watched
some
it.
stupid fucking movie about that, holding it in
watched
my hands.
So here's another one too. I got you another one, Anthony. You remember the Fruit of the Loom logo?
Yeah, some lady like proved that was like they're like,
It
no,
have
we
a
didn't change it, and she was
cornucopia?
like, bitch, yes, I did. Yes, you
Yeah.
did. It has a cornucopia. I have a pair of underwear from like 1996. Why? Don't ask. But they're here.
Well, I was wondering why the woman still had a pair of underwear from that long ago, but hey, to each his
I
own.
mean, listen, but hey, You proved it, so I mean, go for it. But yeah, I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced the Mandela effect is just we're gonna see how much we can get away with before they notice and get mad about it.
Oh, dude, they're
Bring back
erasing
Shazam.
a whole bunch of stuff from our childhood, man.
Get
Whole
Shazam
bunch.
out of the vault. I want to see that fucking movie. Not the bullshit DC one. I saw it. It was kind of shitty. But I
No,
want to see.
was it Shaquille O'Neal?
No, it was Shazam with the
Sinbad.
fucking Sinbad.
Sinbad. That's who I was thinking. Sinbad. Yeah, I remember who it was. Or I not remember who it was. Duh, I just said the wrong fucking name. No, I remember the movie. I watched it. I actually had the movie. I wish I still
Like,
had the
I'm
movie because
convinced.
then I could sell that fucker on eBay and be like, haha, gotcha.
Nah, they'd be telling you it was fake. They tell you you made it up.
I'd be like, prove it ain't. Prove it is.
But yeah, it's but yeah, I fully believe that stuff because there's just too much. There's like shit, the Mandela effect shit that just keeps popping up and it keeps. I fall into that hole on TikTok every like couple days of like Mandela effect and all that bullshit.
It's just them updating the Matrix.
It's just them updating. Yeah, it's just them updating the software.
They just got to change the batteries in the birds. Whatever.
We were all in a
They're all
VC
I
earlier.
love that one.
We were all in a VC earlier with a friend of ours who had a child with them. They're like, everyone say hello. And everyone's like, oh, hello, hello, hello. And I go, birds aren't real. They're just drones by the government used to watch every move that you make.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. So speaking
That's
of
my
things
favorite.
that they're trying to erase in history that make us think that it didn't happen. What's y'all's and you know how Anthony's thing is like fuck, what is it? Tyson, Mike Tyson. Your thing
Mike
is Mike
Tyson.
Tyson.
Fucking love Mike Tyson.
My question to the group, because this is probably going to be an unpopular consensus. What's your thought on Tupac? Is he dead or alive?
Tupac's alive and living on an island somewhere, not giving a fuck about anybody. Biggie's right there next to him. They're just laughing as they collect all the fucking royalties from all the
Oh my
money they're
god,
making
no!
from all
I
their
love. Have you
images
ever
being used.
seen? Have you ever seen?
Here's my question. Hold on one second, Joe. Here's my question. Go and find a picture of the funeral. Go and find a picture of his autopsy. You ain't gonna find an accurate one.
Yeah, because that was before that shit was all public.
No, it wasn't.
That was before people were fucking
wasn't.
clamoring in social media and
Bruh,
everyone knew exactly where everything was and what happened.
You've got to think one of the biggest hip hop and rap icons of a generation, mine and your generation to be exact, Anthony, dies, gets shot, dies 7 days later in the hospital. No pictures.
Yeah,
None.
I believe it. I believe it.
And they did an interview with Snoop Dogg, and he even said that he didn't go directly to the hospital. He went to Tupac's mom's house. Why wouldn't you go to the hospital where your best friend's supposedly at?
You got to check on their mom and take him to the hospital. I'm just saying. I'm saying the pictures thing makes sense. The pictures, no one had cell phones. There wasn't a camera in every pocket. It just makes sense that there wasn't a bunch of pictures.
So
Joe's
inside job. It's a thing that Tupac and Biggie are gay lovers, and that they opened a bed and breakfast in New Hampshire, and that's how they're living their best life.
No, there's a lot of stuff behind that though. It's like I guess, but a lot of the stuff behind it is that Tupac faked his death to get out of going to prison for some charges that he was facing. That and dude, he had like, I think they were saying it because there was an interview. I've watched a bunch of videos on it, but there's one of them was talking about how he had music that was done, completed, and ready to go out for 5 years after
that too.
he died. But how is it
if
you only got enough music to put out for 5 years? How is it that if you died in 1995 that your ass put out a fucking Christmas album in 2002 or 2000?
Maybe he was a holly jolly guy.
I gotta be honest, I do see some logic in that. So like For instance, there's an album that nobody talks about, but it exists out in the universe. Like, it's a known thing, it's there, but like Sony doesn't acknowledge it. His estate doesn't really acknowledge it anymore because they sold it. But it's the Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury private recordings that they did in Michael's studio of completely original music that the two of them put together, yet no one talks about it.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. I want that out.
The king of pop and the king of rock collaborating together on music.
Fucking bring that out. I want it.
I don't
I want
know.
it
I
now.
don't know that I would say Freddie
Beat it.
Mercury was the king of rock.
Feed it into my ear.
Name any other rock star who could command a audience like he did.
Oh, I'm looking at John. John's got one. Go for it.
I mean,
Boogle.
I know Elvis is the king of rock and roll. I'm just saying fucking Freddie Mercury
Freddie
was
Mercury was he's an icon.
There's a bunch of them, but I mean, it would be hard in that time frame in that generation to put a like the best, because you're talking about the time frame where you had Johnny Cash, you had Freddie
Oh,
Mercury,
yeah.
you had Elvis, like, and
I
I mean,
won't
there's a dude right
diminish
now
their
that's
values.
there's
Yeah.
a dude right now that's a pastor. I forget what his dadgum name is now, but I think it's Bob something.
all right,
But
Peter.
he's come out with like, look, I'm Elvis. I'm tired of hearing about it. And they've done pictures, side by side pictures with facial construct, like how his facial features and stuff are, and the way he walks and stuff is literally spot on to how Elvis would be aged to now.
Until we find out the guy's a schizophrenic, and he also believes he's the Prince of the Moon.
Yeah, right.
I also
Elvis-
love the Bubba Hotep one. You guys
Mm.
have seen that movie?
What one?
Bubba Hotep?
I love Bubba Hotep.
Mm.
If you could,
That's
I've
such a
got a
dumb
question. I got a question for you. If you could have one artist, dead or alive, to sit down and have dinner with and talk to for an hour, 1 hour, any dead or alive, who would it be?
Kurt Cobain.
You asshole.
I'm quick.
You dick.
Yeah, remember, my mind wanders when I work. All I do is think about shit like this. Like, yeah, I would sit down with Kurt Cobain.
You're a dick.
Second runner-up would be Freddie Mercury.
Mm. I was leaning Freddie, but I wanted to pick somebody else.
What would be yours, John? While Joe's thinking.
What?
One artist, dead or alive, that you could sit down with for 1 hour and eat dinner, and then they just disappeared again.
I love when these stump.
I
Yeah.
know, because it's a hard one.
Joe and John both are like, I don't know.
I feel
I
like
know,
Jones would be
dude,
the lead singer
you
of
took-
Sublime.
You took mine, Anthony. I have
Dean or-
another.
No,
Dean or-
I'll be honest, not into it.
Dean or Frankie?
Who's that? Who's Dean or Frankie?
Ooh. Sinatra or Valley?
Sinatra.
Hmm.
I'm still lost at what's a Dean or
Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra?
Ah, gotcha.
Lane Staley.
Alice in Chains?
Yep.
I forgot he died.
successfully wrote before he took the journey beyond. He successfully wrote the one of the songs that you could sit down and listen to over and over and over again when your head's in a jacked up spot, and it just never gets old.
Are you a Rooster guy?
Nutshell.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Bitch, how have you not?
Ah, fuck, I don't know. There's a lot of things I haven't heard.
Like Nutshell, if you just turn it on and it's like the opening to the song just like grabs you and holds on, and you can just sit there and have that thing on repeat. If your head's in a jacked up spot, I can't tell you how many times I've just drove home or to work and just played it for like 35 minutes, just the whole way.
I know it's not as deep, but you know what I'm gonna say? Mac Miller
That's a
No,
good
I
one.
feel like that's pretty deep. He was one of those taken
Taken
too
way
early.
too early.
or Chester.
Yeah.
Chester Bennington.
I'd like to
Those
sit down with
taken
Chester Bennington. That'd be
taken
good.
way too early, dude. Way too early. Mac Miller for sure. Could you imagine the stuff that he would put out now?
I fucked with Mac Miller, man.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if he
Yeah.
was still with us, where his music would probably be right now?
Oh,
You
him
know
and
who
fucking
else like that? Juice World.
Yeah.
fucking Mac Miller
There's
and
a
what's his name with
conspiracy
the
with like
tattoos
Juice
and
World
had the
and
dreadlocks.
XXX. There's a bunch of conspiracies behind those because they were all like the same age when they died.
Yeah.
It's called fucking drugs, man.
MGK was
Drugs getting
like,
famous too early.
there was a question of like,
It's
because
called
MGK was
opioids.
Right.
It's called What Killed Chris Farley. It's 8 balls.
That
8 balls
that
kill people.
Yeah.
Like coke by itself, usually relatively safe.
look, he could have just lived
Other
in a
drugs by
van down by
themselves,
the river.
relatively safe, but again, can kill you. 8 ball, pretty much just death sentence. Like I don't know why people take it. Like there's such a high death rate with those fucking. Anytime you
ball?
cocktail it.
What do you mean 8 ball?
Oh, not an 8 ball. No, what's that? No, that combination. It's like coke and something else.
Speedball. You're talking about
Speedballs.
speedballing.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
about speedballing. Yeah, no, speedballing's a bad idea. That'll
Dude,
kill you real
so
quick.
fun fucking story. I
Buckshot's
learned about
a terrible idea too. That's Kurt Cobain.
Jesus. So I learned about speedball when I was in 8th grade because they had this thing called the Eckerd drug quiz
Oh God.
where
God, I
they would get
remember Eckerd.
I was gonna
Eckerd
say
was a
like
drugstore.
Oh,
warning,
dick
fucked
for
up
making
story
me feel
incoming.
old.
No, it's not. I mean, it's kind of wholesome. So
I know.
basically, they'd get a bunch of us together as a team of like 6, and you would basically just learn about a bunch of illicit drugs and what they do and how they affect the body. And then they would take you into this big fucking like auditorium and they'd quiz the teams of different schools. And we got to win one of the little tournaments. My little nerd ass won us the fucking game because I was able to pronounce methylene dioxymethamphetamine.
Mm.
Ecstasy is that's what the technical term for ecstasy is, Steve.
No, I know what it is, but I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking at that age, why?
Because it was the hardest word to pronounce and no one else could pronounce it, and I sat there for days going methylene dioxymethamphetamine.
So, did you guys have like super memorable anti-drug assemblies?
We had what was
No,
called the
just
DARE
classes.
program, Joe.
Oh, okay. So
Dare.
I'm gonna tell you about the most fucked up drug assembly you've probably ever heard of. So, in my school district, and in just general in my county, we have a big heroin problem. Like, so the
No,
new
that's called
DA,
America.
no. Like New York and heroin is a whole story in itself. But it got real.
is.
Like teachers were being caught with heroin. Like, and this is like suburbia. Like this isn't like the inner city or anything like that. But like the
Trust me, it doesn't have to be the
DA
inner city.
the DA showed up at my fucking school, like, when she first took office and started giving this, like, really weird speech about, like, how, like, we like heroin and blah, 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 like, it's all bad for you, and you can get a much better, cleaner high with prescription medications, and we're like, "Wait, what?" And, like, she went on to
Was
describe
she
the
doing
how
this? She was walking around rubbing her fucking teeth.
like she was talking about pill parties and she's like, "Oh, you guys are just like we know that you guys are just taking your parents' medication, throwing it in a bowl and just taking a handful." I'm like,
This is what
"No
happens when
one's
you
doing
grow up in a
this."
rich area. This is what happens when you grow up in a gentrified white ass fucking high money area. You guys have pill parties.
Like, who the fuck is throwing these parties? No one's throwing these so-called
You know
pill
what we
parties.
did? You know what we did in my hometown, Joe, of upstate New York, out in the country, is we cook Sudafed. We take Sudafed and we cook that shit till it gets you really, really fast.
See, and there's people I know who like did it like once or twice, but they did like the Gatorade bottle version.
Nah, we were straight Heisenberging it out there.
Oh God, no. Well, yeah, because you had trailers to work from. You have a
So many
trailer on Long
trailers.
Island. People are gonna look at you like, oh no, he doesn't
Some of the
belong here.
trailers, man. There's so many woods that people would just have these fucking labs out in the fucking woods, like down here in the South, we have stills. They make moonshine. Upstate New York, you have meth labs in a cabin out in the woods somewhere that occasionally explode.
Look, hold on. Moonshine stills can occasionally explode, also, sir. They
Yeah,
can
but when
very well occasionally explode.
yeah, but if a moonshine still explodes, it doesn't spread the smell of cat piss for 2 miles.
It also isn't a biohazard.
What do you think half of Steve's forehead's fucking missing?
Just burned it off.
You're an
Also,
asshole.
like, can we talk about the fact that like on TikTok the remineralization gum is using the like somebody cooked here meme constantly?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like
So-
nobody
Dude.
who are you specifically advertising the meth heads because their teeth are fucked up? Like,
No, dude, I'm telling you, the motherfucking, you know who is killing TikTok right now is my favorite creator right now on TikTok is that little fucking Chinese guy who sells the LED signs. I've probably said this before, but this
I
little
have
Chinese
no
guy
idea
that's
what you're talking about.
oh my god, this dude takes and is just the
He's
most
pretty funny.
fucking savage human being
Just,
I
just
have
based,
ever seen.
based ass humor, man.
Oh my god. He is one of the funniest motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can find the latest one.
I'll tell you what makes me happy to see come back.
What?
And Anthony, you sent me a thing on Facebook Messenger that there is a damn restaurant that I need to go to that is going to be on my bucket list. And I told my wife, I said, we're going. It is a
Yes, we found a
bucket list
restaurant we want to
item.
make content for.
It is called Old Greg Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Old Greg.
Yes, we discovered the Old Greg Brewery.
I will not be doing that, but I have a question. Has anybody watched the new season of Invincible?
I need to watch it.
I know.
It
I'm
looks
behind.
really good. I've seen a bunch of clips. It looks fucking amazing. Are they
What
doing the Invincible War?
fuck?
Is it
You're
the
going to
Invincible
hate me,
War?
but I've never seen it in general. Don't look at me like that. Don't you look at me in that
Dude,
tone of voice.
Invincible is so good. But I know there's a storyline called the Invincible War. I think that that's what they're doing coming up because they got the evil Invincibles and all that shit.
Mm.
Dude,
Yeah, don't you look
that's
at me in
not
that tone
even-
of voice.
Conquest is that motherfucker, though.
Isn't he the one played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching.
Bro,
bringing back to
there's
TikTok.
a scene where he literally is beating Invincible like a Cherokee drum. And
Yeah.
then he just leans down and whispers in his ear. Like softly, like a lover would.
Killing him softly.
Like, I mean, and it's just the most like deadpan, meaningful, and simultaneously sociopathic and psychopathic fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like sitting there the entire time thinking to myself, I think this man is hard while he's talking to him. Oh my god.
Viltrumites,
Negan
Viltrumites
is
are awesome.
hard. Negan is hard talking to Glenn because he's going to
listen.
kill him again.
I was gonna say, yeah, Negan was hard when he smashed Glenn's head in, and during that whole first half of that fight, Conquest was hard while he was beating in fucking Invincible.
Conquest
But
doesn't
then,
follow orders. He follows urges.
Yeah, you
yeah,
guys saw that. You guys
Oh,
saw
I
those
did.
yeah,
videos I
Yeah.
sent you?
fucking,
Yeah.
yeah,
God.
but
He doesn't
fucking,
follow orders. He follows urges.
yeah,
That
well, he
man
fucking,
beat my ass and then sniffed my hair.
I think I think the best part though is that, you know, obviously Invincible gets back at like everyone's seen the show, spoiler warning, but Invincible comes back at Conquest, right? And I think it's the best theory that I ever heard is that Robert Kirkland wrote that so specifically so that Steven Yen could get revenge on Negan for smashing his brains in.
My boy
Whoa.
Glenn.
Dude, I
Like-
didn't watch, and I know we've mentioned this in a previous episode, but I did not watch The Walking Dead. I couldn't do it. Sorry. I just
You should just look
couldn't-
up the Glenn
I
scene if you haven't
couldn't
seen
do
it.
Mm.
But the one episode I did watch was whenever Negan appeared at
Negan's
that
the best
camp.
season.
He lined everybody up on their knees. And he took Lucille and beat old dude's head in. There was some vengeance and some anger frustration taken out on that man's
So-
head because he was unrecognizable.
So I hold to this that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was the best choice for Negan, hands down, flat out the best choice they had to play Negan. Doesn't look like Negan at all, one bit. Negan's supposed to be like this fucking Tom Hardy sized fucking dude, you know, slick back hair, all this other stuff. But however, oh my god, Jeffrey Dean Morgan bringing the fucking socio to the path, just
Because he's
killing
just
that role.
amazing.
He is probably one of my favorite, just never a main character or anything. Every time he sees a main character, he kind of sucks. But as like a character that's just involved and is there and written correctly, oh, he's so good.
Like, I feel like he must have pissed somebody off in Hollywood because he's vastly underutilized. Either that or other actors keep stealing his roles because he's fucking incredible.
I think it's partially he gets typecast as like this really smart assy, you know, character, whether it's a good guy or a bad guy. He gets typecast as these smart assy characters, and it ends up just kind of kicking him because that's all they could use him for. But he's got a decent. But again, he's been in main roles in like independent movies and stuff. And like, granted,
Oh, The Losers,
Writing-
fucking top tier.
Losers is good.
I said it. I think I was better than A-Team, with the exception of Bradley Cooper's performance.
Was the Losers? I can't remember. Was the Losers the one that also had Chris Evans, who played the guy who was like crazy?
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the fucking finger guns. Ow, ow.
And it's a Barrett
Yeah.
on the other end.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, I remember that movie. You unlocked a fucking memory.
Ah, fucks with that movie. And it was Idris
God.
Elba too.
Oh my god, you're right. It was Idris Elba. All right, well, that's
And so it was
now I need to go watch that
basically
movie
half
again.
the cast of Thor. It was Zoe Saldana. It was Idris Elba. It was Chris Evans. I'm like, you have 3 of the Marvel characters here, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's fucking top. That's I didn't even realize that was Idris Elba. That's fucking awesome. Oh man. Holy shit. Well, we're hitting about that time. It's hitting about an hour, so there we go. Look at that. Another one down. We are a quarter of the way to 100. It's
Woo.
episode 25.
Quarter quell. You know what that means? We gotta up the stakes and sacrifice Steve.
Well, speaking of upping the stakes, so if you haven't noticed yet, you'll see there's a link to a Patreon. We have a Patreon now where people can go and they can support us, and we have different tiers, which are working on making content for those tiers. But one of those tiers happens to allow for you to ask questions, or we're gonna do Q&As, or we sit in live and we can do Q&As with people, or you can also submit topics. So if you have topics you want us to talk about, you can submit topics. And I'm working on some other things where people can be a little bit more interactive with the show in general. Playing with some ideas here. But yeah, we have a $5 tier, which I love the names we came up with for the tiers. Well, the names me and John came up with for the tiers. Because I went to John and I go, John, I need to name tiers for our things. So we have our $5 tier is the derps. So you can get a $5 tier is the derps. which gets you access to behind the scenes content. We'll do live streams in Discord eventually. We'll have those planned out once we have people who join. We'll start planning live streams to Discord and some other exclusive content that we have some previews for the free members, because you can join for free too. And if you really want to help us out and you get all the benefits of the derp tier, but the live Q&As, you can submit topics, and you can get involved with game nights. So hopefully we can start getting into doing game nights more often and getting our $10 tier, which are going to be our full Mumpties. The full Mumpties will be the $10 tier. You get to join us for game nights and hang out and have fun. Then it gets released. So, yeah, so we have that. So check out our Patreon. We have a free tier, which you can get previews for some of this kind of stuff. Some of them are just short little clips, things like Newt's story about a slightly racist friend, or the time when Steve called me when he found a random object in the back of a truck. That just got released, I think, today.
I'm glad you said truck.
Did that episode just get released?
Dude, well, it's just a clip. It's like a 2-second clip. It's like a 2-second clip or a 10-second clip. But it's just exclusive. It's like little behind the scenes things like that get released for all the tiers all the time, free tiers or not. But then we'll have larger things that'll get released for these paid tiers and other little benefits. Oh, also, if you get the full Mumpty, once we have merch, you'll get a 20% discount on merch once we have it released, and we actually have a public store. So
you also get access to to the trip to North Carolina episode whenever they came in, and
once that comes out, yes, that'll be released. That'll be released for the $5 tier, yes. Which I'm excited to get that finished. I still have to just cut it's mostly just cutting the actual like podcasty portion of it, because it's got 5 cameras.
Yeah, we had a few cameras.
Well, some of them have a few cameras is just because we use such a wide angle, I was able to cut that and use that for different camera angles. So close-ups. Oh yeah, the thunder's getting nasty outside. But yeah, so make sure to check out Patreon. The link will be down in the episode description. Also be in the description in YouTube and everywhere else. Then what else? Oh, also check out Dubby, because they're still sponsoring us, those cool guys with those energy drinks that are really, really good. So I've told you guys about my persnickety manager before. I opened up the can of the blue raspberry Dubby, which is called Big Energy Tears. Very, very fun names. But yeah, I I opened it up to put some in my cup of water, and he goes, "That stuff smells like death." It's like, oh, great. So a glowing review from my store manager.
I still need to get up there and get mine from you.
Do it before I drink it, because I love this shit. I
Dude,
drink it every day. I'm not gonna mail it to you. That costs money. But yeah, so make sure to check out our sponsors. Use code SCIENCE when you go to checkout. If you do buy anything, get 10% off your orders. SCIENCE. That way, yeah, get 10%. Plus, it tags your orders with us, lets them know, gets us other stuff that we can do cool things with, and all benefits to helping us out a little bit and get our names out there. Tell your friends about us, rate us 5 stars, all that good stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I'm gonna shut this down before this storm blows out our electric. I don't need any more problems with my computer. Anyway, everyone have a good night. Bye.
Good night.
Later.
Bye.
I hit the wrong button.
You're an idiot.
Dumbass.